Hello. Am I the only one really getting worn out, frazzled by the news? I mean, tariffs and the stock market and politics, global economics, retaliation. My inbox is just choked full with these topics, and so is my feeds, and I'm just exhausted. And everybody's interested in, gosh, how's the mortgage and real estate market going to react, or how's it going to affect them? We don't know. There's so much volatility. It's so crazy. I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to read any more about it. So you know what? You know what I want to talk about today? Cars. Yeah, what the hell? Let's take a break from the news. Cars. And specifically, I want to talk about a recent article in Visual Capitalist about the best-selling vehicle in every state in the United States in 2024. And then you know what? I'm going to speculate what can we infer about that, about the type of people who own houses. Yeah, I'll try to bring it back to real estate, but really it's super interesting. And I'm just going to get right to it because I'm going to show you, and you guys are going to find interest too. And so here it is. Here's the map. Now, as you can see, right, 24 states, the Ford F-150 is the number one selling car in 24 states. And as you expect, right? I expect the Ford to be the best seller in Texas and New Mexico and Oklahoma and Colorado, Utah. I expect it in Wyoming and Idaho. That's totally believable. Just like it's totally believable the Tesla is the number one car, the Model Y is number one in California, Nevada, in Washington, and even in New Jersey. Like, that's totally believable. I totally get it. Now, I was a touch surprised that the Chevrolet Silverado is the number one selling car in Alaska, Arizona, Minnesota, Indiana, and Wisconsin. Why? Kentucky and West Virginia. Why do those states pick that car over the Ford F-150? I think the cars may be a little more rugged, maybe has a little bigger engine, so maybe they're more manly or macho than the F-150 owners. I don't know. And then, equally surprising, why are people picking the Toyota RAV4 in Oregon and Florida and North Carolina? Why that car? In Maryland, why is that the number one car? But truly surprising is, who would have thought that the New England states, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Virginia, Illinois, would pick the Honda CR-V. Like, I never would have thought that. Like, who even knew, right? And now let's have a little fun for a minute. What do you think? If you own an F-150, what do you think? You own an F-150 in the South, in the Midwest, and the West. Chances are you probably live in a spacious, family-friendly home, possibly in a suburban or rural area, with room for a big yard, and you enjoy outdoor activities. Now, I'm speculating, but heck, it's better than talking about tariffs. And let's say the Chevrolet Silverado, probably, the top 8 states, right? Probably pretty similar as F-150, a little bit more rugged of a ride, maybe gravitate towards large homes with a bit of land, possibly a little bit more rural than or in developing areas. Make a good guess, right? And then there's that Honda CR-V, which I fully don't understand. But, for most of the Northeast, right? And you're driving that small crossover, right? Your home probably is efficient, no fuss, has very practical appeal. Think city dwellers or homeowners in the suburbs with value, functionality, and convenience, right? So, kind of a little maybe upper blue end, lower white collar, very practical, very efficient. And then there's that Tesla Model Y, California and New Jersey. Those owners are probably eco-conscious, and they live in modern homes with sustainable features and green tech, reflecting their forward thinking to both cars and homes. Now, that's speculation, but I bet it's pretty spot on. I really do. I think that's probably pretty spot on indeed. And so I hope you enjoyed this break from the news. It will calm down. It will all calm down. And in the meantime, I don't know. Maybe we got to go test drive a Honda CR-V and see what we're missing. Possibly. I did a LinkedIn post on this morning. Check it out. You can see I summarized the article. I put a link to the article. I will put a link to this article in the notes below. With that, I hope you get through the week. thanks for giving me a few minutes of your time. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Thank you.